Hey, hello everyone. Hey America. How's it going today? What's happening? Yeah, okay. The weather out there is actually nice. It's windy, but it's nice. I like the clouds too. So for a while though, there was a little bit of a cloudy day, and I enjoyed that. So it's just kind of windy today, and it's no big deal. It's still a beautiful day. My name is Michael Tomlinson. I am an Americanteer. Um, oh, golly. Wally. Oh, man. I have to just raise my hand sometimes. And when I hear some people talking, like making YouTube videos, and they're basically talking about me. I mean, they're not talking about me, but they're talking about the concept, but they don't even know I exist. They don't even know about this American tier concept. So, but they are talking about leadership, or, and, or lack of it, I guess, and other things too that kind of throw into the mix. That but leadership was definitely the one that kept coming up, and solutions, leadership solutions, and I just keep. I love listening to this guy and this woman. I mean, two different people, because they really kind of like lay things out in a non-sugar coated kind of way, and I like that. And it's because I'm an American tier, so you really got to be very neutral and in the middle ground for me to really, really, really listen. Because I'll figure it out really fast. That it's one thing or another. You're just using like code and like different words to kind of hide what you're saying, but everyone out there knows what you're talking about because it's in code, and people do that, and first of all, they do that just to be safe on their YouTube channel, so they don't get um, their YouTube channel doesn't get messed with by just YouTube for talking about things like political issues, and so that's one reason why they do it, but that's not the full reason, and nor does it have anything to do with leadership and solutions. I don't know where I'm going with that, where that came from. I'm not even sure what I just said. It's just like a boop, something was going on there. But the leadership, let's get this straight. I'm gonna, instead of starting from the top and working my way down, I'm gonna start from the bottom and work my way up, because that's the best way to understand what leadership is all about. And even though America is a little twisted and upside down between marriages and divorces and relationships, and I hear all those different stories. It's just crazy out there. If you're single and dating, man, good luck. It's just, it appears to me like it is pretty weird. It's strange. Um, and but if you're a real family man, and you're working hard every day and you're coming home and you have a wife, you have kids, and you're doing your best to take care of them, you are a leader. Do not let people take that away from you. And I'm kind of just laying it out right now. I'm going to start with what a leader is and work my way up to the top. And first of all, we got to understand that you are a leader. You got to accept that responsibility. We all do as Americans. If we're becoming true leaders in our family, we have become leaders. You might as well be leading the country. It's the same thing, man. It's just out of control. Raising a family. Working on a country. Working on the United States. It's just as troubling. And we go through the same adversities and the good times. And we grow as a family with love. And the only way it's going to really, really happen is that you remain the leader and of course support everyone in your family. Support your wife 100%. Support your children 100%. That's part of being a good leader. And understanding when you need to have a talk. Communication, family meetings, that's being a leader, making decisions together as a family, and even incorporating other facets like, the in-laws and grandparents that want to all be involved and grow the family even bigger and better. That's part of leading if you want to expand. And then it kind of goes up from there. I mean, it's like leaders and businesses. And having a business, you're a leader. You're leading the business. You got to be responsible and accountable. You have to take notes. You have to know what people are going to be doing if you have employees. And that's what I mean by being a business. Being that kind of leader. Having a sense of empowerment. That's a whole different thing from living a family valued life leadership. And you still have to do that too, but you have to up your game. And what I mean by up your game is not be like falsely empowered. It means by being 100% prepared, 125% prepared. And that role is a leadership. That's what it takes to be a real good boss, I guess. If you want to call yourself a boss or, the leader, whatever it is that you're fixated on about what you think a boss is, because if you're trying to think of what a boss does, then you're not a boss, okay? You're not a boss. You're just not. I'm sorry to say that. You have to really learn and experience, because if, a true leader in a position of a company would know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it, because they've gone through that experience, and they don't just fall on failure and blame people in the company. Like, it's not my fault, it's, my employee's fault. Which is an easy go-to. So you have to be a really good leader, and it just keeps moving on up. You want to do something different. If you want to get into politics, which is going up to that other kind of leadership position, but instead of a family or a company of sorts, you're now talking about citizens and a community. And that kind of leadership, that kind of responsibility is totally different from running a company. Believe me, that you have to, so working our way up to the leadership position is what we need more of. So let's just start with the basic right now, the bottom line leadership, and we'll work our way up to what we expect leaders to do. And why am I saying this? Why am I talking about it this way? Why is it different? Because first of all, we're Americanteers. We think outside the box. We're not in that bubble. There's, so it's just formulated. It's just formulated right now, actually. It's just it is the mighty powers that are saying this. Actually, it's not. There's no script. There's no think through. I'm just talking and move my way up instead of working. Talking about like, oh, we need good leaders. Of course, we need good leaders. We need good family leaders. We need good business leaders. We need good community leaders, and we need good political leaders too. So we're all, in a sense, we're all leaders. And that's my point, is that if you're a leader in your family, then you know what values and morals and ethics to expect from leadership from above, from somebody else who's maybe your boss, or your city councilor, or mayor, or governor, and it goes all the way up to the Congress and, senators and things like that. So, and if we understand, like as Americanteers, what our foundation is as a leader, and what leadership really is, and how we can live our life by example, by being that leader, then we will change America. We will save America that way, in a great way, in a beautiful way. Because if you're a family leader, you got to be loving, you got to be kind, you got to have compassion, and you got to have a sense of judgment that's fair. So, and the same with the business. With the business, you got to really break it down. Make sure you're on top of your game, because there's a lot going on, a lot of hats to wear. And if you're the only person running your business, you're wearing like 5 hats a day, 5 different ones. Maybe you're doing I don't know how many roles you can play, or you have to take on just to operate a business. And there's a lot of millions of Americans that are doing that, and they are getting burnt out. That's a tough place to be in, a tough leadership position to hold. It's easy to get burnt out because you have to sometimes just wear, like this hat and that hat. You're your own advisor. You're your own tax person. You're the lawyer. You're the worker. You're the secretary. You're the janitor, for God's sakes. I mean, that's what it comes down to. You have to handle all that stuff, depending on what level you're at with your business. And then you have to really know what to expect from employees and how to treat them right. And there's great tips out there for how to do that, and that middle ground of leadership. Just like there is for family leadership too. And I'm not trying to ignore the women when I say this. Women are leaders too. I believe in women, man. The power of woman is something that I think is very powerful. And I've always said that, like someday we're going to have the rise of the alpha female to set things straight. Because sometimes as the men will run things amok, especially if we start really hurting each other. And that's where the women step in and say, this is dumb. This is stupid. This is pointless. We don't need to bleed and hurt each other to change. Change with real solutions is what I'm talking about. And that's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about leadership and the different levels and being an Americanteer and understanding that, rewiring our brain to understand, how across the board leadership really is and how important it is in this country for everyone. So when you hear someone say, where's the leader? Where are the leaders? And you're in charge of a family, you can just raise up your hand and say, I'm a leader. And because it's almost the same thing as, the politician who's been voted in, by the people, of course, and saying, oh no, I'm the leader, or the boss man saying, oh, but I'm, the real leader. I don't know. But at least you'll understand, and if we can understand as Americanteers on that level of the foundation of being on the same page of leadership, we can grow. We can grow from there. We can grow fast, really fast. Once we understand the power of leadership and how to use it right. Because you can misuse leadership. Break trust. People will use leadership to lie or to misguide or to deceive and manipulate people. And then when it's done with, the family or the business or other people that believed in these politicians, we're just all bummed out. We're just like, man, can't we trust leadership? What kind of there's no trust, in leadership. And if we say there's no trust in leadership, what we're really kind of saying is there's no trust in me. There's no trust in you. We don't understand what leadership is. And yes, we can blame it on the higher up politicians and say yeah, but do we even know what that means? Can we live by example of what leadership is? That's the only way we're going to show the rest of Americans and the politicians, that we're Americanteers and this is what leadership should be doing. Are you with me? Are we on the same page? Are you listening to me? Because I hear those people talking and no one's listening to me. I raise my hand and say yes, I'm all about solutions, and I have solutions. We have a platform for that. And yes, we understand what leadership is on all levels, not just the word, the definition of leadership. We have to, we really understand it and live by example by understanding leadership and being a leader in our community. Even without a family and you're just an individual, you can still be part of the community and serve as being a leader of sorts. If you want to be, you could be a natural leader and not even know it. Or you could be a natural leader and know that you are, but you're too just hung up to go out there and take that first step. And I encourage you, if you feel like you're got that leadership quality in your soul and in your heart, it's a calling. You need to step out. You need to go out there and do it and become an example or become the leader that you foresee in yourself and in your calling. Because those visions are very few and far apart. So if you already have that vision, run with it, man. Embrace it. Do not let it go. It's not something to fool with. Seriously. You want to embrace that vision and move with it. That means something. That is a growth. That is a change. And that is being a leader too. We're all leaders. We're all Americanteers. Boy, okay. That was fun. Right, leader? Or leadership? And I'll always be, all these different subjects keep coming up around and around and around. And that's what I'm saying when I raise my hand up and I say, excuse me, I'm over here. No one's paying attention to me. I have 15 subscribers. And I've been doing this my YouTube page has been up for about 10 years. I've been posting videos about the Americanteer change and movement and unification and love. I've even laid out the plan of sorts, And that kind of scared me. Actually, showing it's like revealing. To me, it's almost like biblical. It's like I was opening the Bible, sorts. It's like, man, I don't think people are quite ready for this. So I just kind of started. I just kind of covered it up on the solutions until we can really unite and then work on these solutions. Because that has no point in me just talking about them, and I do in my own way. And just like that's the solution I'm just talking about right now about leadership, that's the way we don't have to think about it that way because I say it. I'm just saying that that's a healthy way to think about it and a healthy way to understand it and a healthy way for us as just an individual to have our own sense of empowerment. We're losing that. We're losing. We as Americans are losing that sense of like freedom. And so we got to really embrace the inner leadership and step forward for everyone, not just for your sake, not just because you think you're cool or you want to be narcissistic or anything. That's not what it's about. It's about setting all that kind of stuff, setting that ego aside. And that's when the leadership really starts to kick in and grow. And become an extraordinary leader. I was about to say miracle, become a miracle. And it might just be true. It might just have to take a miracle. I don't know why I feel so pumped up about this. Anyways, we got to unite in order to change America in a good way and a better way. Okay? And thank you for your time and watching this video. I appreciate it. You have a great day. Have an amazing day. Be a leader today. Okay? Be the leader you can be today, right now. 'Cause I know you are. Okay? Right on. Yes. Peace, love. We'll talk later.